Hello, welcome to my channel. If we haven't met, my name is Audrey from TeacherAudrey123.com, and on this channel you will find videos about teaching ESL online, creating a simple life, and inspiration to keep on keeping on. In today's video, I am going to share 5 things that I wish I would have known before starting Nancy Taylor's course. And then I will share 5 tips or ideas that you can consider and ponder and kind of plan out before you start Nancy's course. I believe that these are very valuable tips for teachers who are just sticking their toes out and getting started in their brand, in building their own business and expanding out from the classroom. So I hope that you find these tips helpful. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because I post new videos on here about teaching ESL online and how to create a simple life so you can do the things that matter. So with no further ado, let's talk about Nancy's course. There are 5 things I wish I would have known before starting Nancy's course. So the first thing that I wish I would have known is the importance of having an audience. And I wish I would have started thinking through that before I started the course, because I feel like it would have allowed me to be at a place that I could actually execute the action plans that were there and had time to really ponder and brainstorm of where I was going and not feel rushed. The second thing I wish I would have known is that there's a lot of detours. You complete a module and you're given this information and then you realize, oh, I need to learn more about this. And I need to learn more about this and what is the better options. And so I wish I would have been better prepared to know that those detours come up and are common, and would have allowed more time within each week to allow to take those detours and learn while putting some other things on hold. So the third thing I wish I would have known is that while this course is laid out in a great way and is very systematic, that you as a beginner business pursuer must be able to take that information and decide what's the most important thing to take and take action on with where you're at in your business. I know whenever I went through the course, I was trying to do it all and stay afloat in the course with everything being suggested, that some things either got done halfway or I didn't have time to really research and know my facts. And so I realized that it's just really important that you take the information and then you pick one thing to focus on out of that and then go back and figure out what's the next thing. So you really do have to be proactive and figure out what does your brand need, and to have the courage to ask specific questions to the team and to people in the cohort to help guide you along the path at the right rate. Okay, the fourth thing I wish I would have fully understood before the course started was the importance of focusing on building and establishing 1 or 2 networks. Nancy in her course again and again states that, but I found it difficult as we progressed through the course and the different marketing strategies and the to-do list, not to get distracted by those other things we could be doing and really zoning in on getting the foundation and that platform established before reaching out further. And so even though Nancy did reiterate this in her course, I wish in the beginning I knew the importance of it. So then whenever I saw those shiny things and was distracted, that I could more quickly come back to my focus on Facebook and YouTube. And the last thing I wish I would have known is that it can take time before you see a return for the efforts that you put forth, and that everybody's journey is different. It's just like with teaching ESL online. Some teachers get hired and they're fully booked and they just flourish, and other teachers, it's a longer journey and it's just ups and downs in their bookings and stuff. And that's the same thing of building your brand and expanding into the business aspect of it. I am thankful though, I have had 2 successful recruits, and I've had people find me through YouTube and Facebook to inquire about teaching ESL online. So I am confident that this course works and is worth it. It's just being an amateur, I've had to learn along the way, which I feel like if I would have known how to go about doing my research before starting, I would have been set up to maybe take off a little bit faster. So those are the 5 things that I wish I would have known from Nancy's course. So now let's talk about 5 ideas, tips, suggestions that could help you if you are considering taking Nancy's course and expanding your business so you don't have to teach as much online, or you can just supplement your income in another way. Okay, so my first suggestion is whatever platform you are building, if it's blogging, a podcast, or if it is a YouTube channel, I would suggest starting out just making 1 video a week or 1 post a week, and really dive into the material that Nancy gives in the course and make sure that you understand and are implementing as much as you can in each video. And so instead of trying to make 2 videos a week, you could use that time plus a little bit more of making that second video to creating a really good first video and implementing all the outside things that go into making a video or writing a blog so you could be found more quickly online. So the second thing I wish I would have done was to truly just focus in on 1 or 2 platforms and got them established and learned all the ins and outs and spent time researching more and getting a solid foundation taken than trying to do everything suggested in the course but not having enough knowledge and energy and time to do those things. So if I were you, just focus on that 1 or 2 platforms, get them built up, figure out the different things, and then you can pursue another platform. Okay, so if I were to do this all over again, the third thing I would do differently would be to have a month's worth of content created with a vision and a plan that integrated both parts of my channel so that it would flow more easily and be what the viewers were expecting. And I also would have had it created in a way where I could launch it and promote it, because I started posting videos, just posting and not completely understanding the posting it on Facebook and encouraging family and friends to watch it. And so I wish I would have made it a more special kind of a launching way of like, here we are taking off on this journey, instead of just kind of quietly going about doing it. So my tip to you is spend time creating your videos and making sure that they integrate all the parts of your channel, of your vision. And you want to do this so that you are able to consistently whet the appetite of those individuals that are coming to your channel. Definitely if you've put a twist on your channel and you're wanting it to be, you know, lifestyle or being a stay-at-home mom, if they hear that in your intro but then they never hear anything, you take a chance of losing a subscriber. So I would really focus on being intentional as you plan your videos and have it about even. And then if you come to a point that there's important information that needs to be presented about an opportunity for like your online teaching or something like that, then you could make an additional video and just post that like as a special feature video. So that is that tip. The fourth thing I wish I would have done, I wish I would have been more consistent on trying to recruit and learning the ins and outs of recruiting, because it's a slow process which I am thankful, because I have had 2 successful recruits since starting this course, and I have about 40 people in the hiring process, and different ones are at different stages. But since the reality that a lot of people show interest, but then they end up going on hold and not finishing it, I wish I would have promoted the recruiting more, so then as I learned the recruiting, I could create videos as I went and kind of learned what the individuals needed. Also, I think it would have allowed me to possibly have more of an income coming in if I did focus on that, because that's going to help me get the income coming, and then it eventually become a more passive approach as I build my credibility and show that I'm able to do this. Okay, so the last thing that I would do differently is to be more diligent about setting a schedule and figuring out where I am and what I need to do next, and not get distracted by the other people in the program. And this is really hard to balance, because you hear a new idea or you see someone doing something and you think, I need to do this. But we all enter in this journey at different levels and different amounts of time that we can give. And I know in the last 3 months, or at least since February, I have had more flare-ups and stuff, and part of that is because I started treating this like a full-time job, and my body just can't handle that. And so I really wish, if I were to do this again, to have set hours that I'm working and just start knocking one thing out at a time and learning as I go, and not really setting unrealistic expectations, but having goals and continually moving forward no matter what the speed is. Because my overall goal is to be able to take care of my health and to do the things that matter in life. And so if I kill myself now and end up back in the wheelchair, am I really accomplishing what I want? And I think this advice can go for moms or people who work full-time jobs and have to have those jobs and can't just stop teaching or stop doing this because that's what's supporting them, to just have the courage that it's not an all or nothing, that if you keep on showing up, you keep on learning and implementing and asking questions, because eventually your brand will be exactly what it's supposed to be, and you will be reaching the people who need you. So just don't, I guess with that too, don't allow this course to consume your life. Be willing to turn off anything related to business wise so you can focus on what matters. If that's your health, if that's family relationships, if that's keeping up the house. We don't have to. Some people are able to, and it's fine. But if you're struggling with it, it's okay to say no to the business part and do the other things that matter in life. And in a video in a couple weeks, I'm going to post a video about just how to be intentional on doing things that matter in all areas of life, and avoiding the trap of getting in tunnel vision, that we do one thing so well that we suck at everything else. Because I feel like it's important to cultivate a well-balanced life. And so I have just learned that we can continue to move forward and make progress and meet our goals without making it everything. And so this is a video so I just hope that inspires you. If you don't have the time to go all in, or it's not your desire to make a six-figure income, that you continue to pursue it and see what it will become. I have no idea what my channel is going to become. Hopefully it will be a blessing to others, and I am confident that as I continue to move forward, that it will warp into what it's supposed to be. So if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and in the comments below, let me know if you're thinking about taking Nancy's course, or even if you're just thinking about starting a YouTube channel or exploring something outside of teaching ESL online. I would love to hear your comments. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.